So I was thinking, I have this cleric, and this is the best rotten flesh trade you can get. And I haven't been able to find a farmer yet, and so I need a good influx of emeralds, so I can start trading with my new villager, with mending, and I'm trying to get some other librarians. But I need a good cash flow. Since I haven't been able to find a farmer yet, I was thinking this rotten flesh trade is pretty good. And I found this guy a while ago that I haven't done anything with. So you can see I've already started digging this area out and setting water streams up. So if a guy falls anywhere in here, he'll just get filtered in the middle and straight up this water tube, like so. And this is all located basically in my front garden. Really convenient location. It's not terribly far down. So I was thinking it would be a great idea to hook something up here, get a good flow of rotten flesh from the zombies, and experience as well, which would help with enchanting. So I think what I want to do is set up a good spot right here. You can see the spawner's active. I can just drop the zombies in this area and just be able to swipe at them with my sword. Lore wise, I think it'd be great. Let's say that there used to be a wizard in the area, and he had a little house here, and he wanted to research necromancy, but he was incredibly incompetent. And so his house burned down, or something, or he exploded, you know. And so the upper portion here, I could have just like the charred out ruins that have been overgrown with the forest since then. But down below, you could have access to kind of his research lab or whatever he was doing all his experiments, and that's where all the zombies will be coming into, because some of it actually worked. I know he's incompetent, but some of it worked. Okay, so first things first, I think what I need to do is just take this chute up here, just bring it all the way up. I'm not going to be able to drop these zombies to leave them with half a heart. There's just not enough space above where I want to have my standing point, my activation point. So I'm going to have to kind of come up with another solution to soften them up. But first I just need to bring this all the way up so that they get up there in the first place. Okie dokie. And right we go. Cool. Yeah, so this is working perfectly at the moment. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I might want to put a slab here and a block here. That way, like, the baby zombies can't get out, and I can just swipe at their feet. And I could probably change like this block into a hopper. Now I can just pick up all the items automatically. Don't have to worry about that. And I can just stand right here. I could even put a block right here and just whoops, and just wall this all in. Okay, completely disregard whatever it is I just said. Here's what I'm thinking now. So our zombies come and fall on this pressure plate, and this is going to count roughly until like 21 before entity cramming comes into play. So it's going to count that high, and then it's going to set off a crusher. Piston's going to activate, and it's going to crush them until they're within like half a heart of life, or however what. And then we're going to have some shenanigans here. So now it's opening up so I can kill them, and then once there's nothing here, this piston's going to activate again. It's going to close itself off. And so you can't actually attack them until there's like 21 in there. And it's just a cool little automatic system that would be fun to work out. But yeah, Crusher will come in, suffocate them, and then as soon as they're within a certain health, then it opens up and you can attack them. Okay, so I decided to come into my creative world to do some testing here, because I'm not smart enough to just figure this out super quick. Yeah, so we have our system right here. Press the button, extends that, and this extends. We have our piston here, that's our crusher, and we have a signal coming out of our pressure plate right here. So the one that reaches like 21, entities or zombies, it's gonna set this signal off. It gives a signal strength of 3 at that point. So yeah, at this point we need this signal to come out and activate our crusher, and have that timed perfectly so it leaves our zombies with like half a heart or so. Alright, so this is what I got so far. He's messy. So I pile my zombies in here, and it's slowly going to count up to 21, and once it reaches 21, it's going to trip the system off. That wasn't counting. There we go. So this piston shuts off water stream so no more zombies can get in. This system here is going to crush zombies until they're about 2 hits for the stone sword. And this is as close as I could get with this, which is going to be fine. Like, I'm going to be using probably a diamond sword fully enchanted, and it's going to kill them in one swipe after that. But yeah, so to explain what's going on here, once this signal strength reaches 3, which is when there's about 21 mobs there, it's going to set this off. This is my buffer, so that when I'm hitting the zombies and they jump off the pressure plate, it doesn't glitch out the system and set it off again. And then this line just goes out here, extends this piston so no more zombies can come through. And this is going to send off just a small pulse, gets extended here so they can push through all of here, and have it be just the perfect delay so it leaves them within just a little bit of life. Yeah, I don't know why this has to be a solid block, but it does. Because if it's not a solid block, it just kills them. Don't ask me why. So now all I have to do is figure out the system that's going to swap these back and forth so that you can swipe at the zombie's feet. And I think in order to do it, I'm going to have one of these pistons powered always. And so the same signal needs to go to both of these pistons at the same time. And so one of them needs to be on by default so that when there's no signal coming from here, it's extended, and when there's a signal coming from here, it unextends and the other one extends. And so when it turns off, this one down here retracts and this one extends and replaces it back. Okay, so I think I figured out how this is going to work. I need to bring a redstone line off of this. So when this is powered, it's going to reset this and swap my blocks around. But if this is still powered, it's not going to do that. So only when this is powered. So after my crusher is done, I'll do it. And I think the way I'm going to do this is kind of with a weird redstone mechanic that's not used very often. Locking repeaters. So basically what needs to happen... Oh, this is messy. Basically, I'm just going to use a locking repeater, so this line comes out, and before it gets here, this line comes and locks this off. So it's going to be powered because the pressure plate is on, and I have zombies there, but it's not going to open up until after my crusher has run its course and has turned off. So basically, I just have to run my redstone down into here. And I should be good. I hope. There we go. Cool. Well, just about everything is working as intended. And build this up like this. A monostable circuit so that this gets powered. When the rest of it gets unpowered, I don't know. Redstone witchcraft. Yeah. There is something I've noticed, that baby zombies tend to kind of break the system. They'll get pushed up against the iron bar and not necessarily trip off the pressure plate, which isn't a big deal there, but then they don't get damaged by the crusher and they just stay hanging out there. And when they're sitting on the pressure plate right here, I'm not getting items through the hopper line. They're powering one of the hoppers underneath, and it's just not working. So I think in order to get these guys out of here, I'm going to have to filter them out somewhere up here. And I have an idea that just might be crazy enough to work. Well, I believe this is going to work for us. I've done a bit of testing, and pretty much every time the baby zombies will go this way towards the villager, and then they'll just die on this magma block, and I can actually put a hopper minecart inside this, and then I still get all the items from it, just without the experience. The only times that baby zombies didn't go over there was when I just spammed in too many, and they just kind of got caught in the horde and went with the rest of them. But I did fix some of the problems here. I actually have 2 hopper minecarts under here now, so that the pressure plate isn't powering a hopper and freezing all the items. Because I was also having the problem if there was too many items at once dropped onto it, they'd weigh down the pressure plate, which would then prevent the hopper from picking up the items, which is super, super annoying. But I also, just in case, because something else that would happen is once you kill any of the zombies in here, it then resets the system. You have just a few seconds to maybe get a second swipe in. But if this closes up before all the zombies are gone, then you have damaged zombies in here, and then the crusher system won't work because it crushes them, and then it kills a bunch, and then it resets the counter, and we just mess everything up if that ever happened. And so I just made a switch that can purge the system in case anything like that ever happens, and then I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to experience, but I will get all the items anyways, which is just fine. So yeah, I think this system is about as secure as I'm going to make it. I've thought of as many fail-safes as I could come up with, but I think it'll work just fine for us. So we'll head back and see if we can have enough resources to build it. Alright, well, I think that I finished this whole thing up. I've done everything except the part where the baby zombies get filtered out. Not sure if I'm gonna do that because I added in the extra minecart hopper. It's not as necessary, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. Might still, depending on if I find it really annoying or not, but it'll work just fine without it for now. I did have to make just a couple of tweaks to make everything fit. This tube was a lot closer to the killing chamber than I thought it was, so I had to kind of squeeze everything over, but should all still work just fine. So I think we're about ready to give this a good test. So we'll just drop some zombies in there and see what happens, I guess. Well, there's a few problems that are happening. One thing, yeah, usually takes them a few tries to get up. Want that to be every time. It's gonna make this a lot faster and better. Also, my gate here is stuck in the open position, and I'm not sure why. So I have to suss that out and try and figure out what's going on. But I will have to do that between episodes because that's all I've got time for today. But this has been Cold Oatmeal. Thanks for watching.